Hello students, welcome to my channel Hans Commerce Tutorial for the lectures on commerce, accounts, finance and management. My suggestion to you, before watching the video, please go to the description below my video. You'll find a link there. Take a printout of the problems given in the link and keep it ready before watching the video so that you can be able to understand the problem, the solution and the explanation to get the maximum benefit from the lectures. Thank you. Come on students, now we'll start problem number 4. A limited company having a paid up capital of rupees 5 lakh in shares of rupees 10 each. So total paid up capital 5 lakh, each share face value 10 rupees. So presently 50,000 shares had a reserve of 90,000 built out of profits, free reserves. It was resolved to capitalize 50,000 of the reserves by issuing 5,000 fully paid bonus shares of 10 each. तो कंपनी ये चाह रही है रिजर्व फंड में से 50,000 रुपीस कैपिटलाइज करेंगे. 5,000 free bonus shares the company wants to issue. Each shareholder to get 1 share for every 10 shares held by him in the company. Generalize the transactions. Very simple problem. Only 2 entries are required. First we have to withdraw the money from the general reserve for declaring bonus. So 5,000 bonus shares the company wants to issue. Face value of each share is 10 rupees. 50,000 rupees we require. For every 10 shares held, 1 bonus share. For 50,000 shares, how many shares? So 5,000 shares the company issues. Face value of each share is 10 rupees. 50,000 rupees we require. अब ये 50,000 rupees निकालेंगे हम general reserve में से. तो reserves account that are 50,000 to bonus to shareholder 50,000. Being the amount withdrawn from reserve for declaring bonus. Second, bonus to shareholders account that are to equity share capital. Same. Being 5,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each issued as fully paid bonus shares. That's it. This is the end of the problem number 4. Now, problem number 5. The balance sheet of A Limited as on 31st March 2003 is as follows. Equity and liability, shareholders fund, share capital 1, 12 lakh. Reserves and surplus 2, 22 lakhs. Non-current liabilities nil, current liabilities nil. Non-current assets, fixed assets में tangible assets 30 lakh, current assets 4 lakh. This is the complete balance sheet before bonus issue. Notes, share capital, authorized share capital 3 lakh, equity shares of 10 each 30 lakh. Authorized capital will not be shown in the balance sheet. It will be shown only in the notes as an information. Issued, subscribed, called and paid up 1,20,000 shares of 10 each 12 lakh. Reserves and surplus में capital redemption reserve 3 lakh है. Security premium account 3 lakh. Development rebate reserve 10 lakh and general reserve 6 lakh. The company wanted to issue bonus shares to its shareholder at 1 share for every 2 shares held. Every 2 shares के बदले में 1 share. तो प्रेजेंटली कंपनी के पास 1,20,000 इश्यूड कैपिटल है. 1,20,000 उसके आधे तो 60,000 बोनस शेयर्स द कंपनी वांट्स टू इश्यू. तो 60,000 बोनस शेयर, एक शेयर 10 रुपये का है तो 60,000 इंटू 10 6 लाख. तो वी रिक्वायर 6 लाख रुपीज फॉर डिक्लेयरिंग बोनस. यू आर required to give effect to the proposal by passing journal entries and show the balance sheet after such issue. Very easy problem. For every 2 shares held, 1 bonus share. For 1,20,000 shares held, how much? So 60,000 bonus shares the company will issue. Face value 10 rupees. 6 lakh rupees we require. 6 lakh रुपए चाहिए. Now we'll come to the journal entries. ये problem में कोई converting the partly paid into fully paid कुछ भी नहीं है. All the shares are fully paid only. So only 2 entries we require. First we have to withdraw the money from the reserve for declaring bonus. 6 लाख रुपए चाहिए. तो we use capital redemption reserve, security premium. अब problem में ये नहीं दिया कि कौन से reserve से निकालना. But you have to remember the point that capital redemption reserve and security premium account, these can be used only for declaring fully paid bonus share. This cannot be used for converting partly paid into fully paid. ये ऐसे रिजर्व है जो एक ही पर्पस के लिए यूज कर सकते, कई के लिए फुल्ली पेड बोनस शेयर के लिए. पार्टली पेड से फुल्ली पेड में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए ये रिजर्व्स को यूज नहीं कर सकते. तो हमारे प्रॉब्लम में अब वी आर नॉट कन्वर्टिंग पार्टली पेड, वी आर इश्यूइंग फुल्ली पेड बोनस शेयर्स, तो विल यूटिलाइज दिस टू. तो कैपिटल रिडम्पशन रिजर्व में 3 लाख रुपीज निकाल लिए, सिक्योरिटी प्रीमियम अकाउंट में से 3 लाख रुपीज निकाले. So to bonus to shareholders, being the amount withdrawn from reserves for declaring bonus. Then bonus to shareholders account it out to equity share capital 6 lakh, being 60,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each issued as fully paid bonus shares. Over. So two entries. Now we'll show the balance sheet. बैलेंस शीट में लायबिलिटीज इक्विटी एंड लायबिलिटीज शेयरहोल्डर्स फंड शेयर कैपिटल 18 लाख कैसा आया शो करेंगे हम नोट्स में रिजर्व्स एंड सरप्लस 16 लाख वी हैव टू शो इट इन नोट्स नॉन करंट लायबिलिटीज आर नॉट देयर करंट लायबिलिटी आर नॉट देयर टोटल 34 लाख फिक्स्ड एसेट्स में टैंजिबल फिक्स्ड एसेट 30 लाख करंट एसेट्स 4 लाख ये पहले जो था अभी भी सेम कॉपी हो रहा नो चेंज अब नोट्स फॉर्मिंग पार्ट ऑफ फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स शेयर कैपिटल ऑथराइज्ड वी आर जस्ट गिविंग द इंफॉर्मेशन 3 lakh equity shares of 10 each 30 lakh. Then issued, subscribed, called and paid up 1,80,000. देखिए पहले की जो बैलेंस शीट दिया था बिफोर बोनस शेयर 1,20,000 था मगर अब क्या हो गया 1,60,000 1,80,000 पहले 1,20,000 था अब 1,80,000 हो गया तो 60,000 शेयर्स बढ़ गए कैसा बढ़े बोनस शेयर्स दिए तो 1,80,000 इक्विटी शेयर ऑफ 10 each 18 lakh of the above 60,000 shares are issued as fully paid bonus share ये 1,80,000 में 60,000 bonus shares issue करें ये इंफॉर्मेशन दे दी now reserves capital redemption reserve में 3 लाख रुपीस पहले थे लेकिन अब डैश क्योंकि we have utilized या डेबिट कर दी उसी तरह सिक्योरिटी प्रीमियम में पहले 3 लाख रुपीस थे अब डैश that also we have fully utilized डेवलपमेंट रिबेट रिजर्व पहले जितना था अभी भी उतना ही है जनरल रिजर्व 6 लाख पहले जितना था अभी भी उतना ही है टोटल 16 लाख तो 16 लाख रुपीस आर द रिजर्व्स एंड सरप्लस दैट्स ऑल दिस इज प्रॉब्लम नंबर 5 तो सो फार वी हैव कंप्लीटेड 5 प्रॉब्लम्स come on students now we'll start problem number 6 sixth problem a limited company with a subscribed capital of rupees 5 lakh in equity shares of rupees 10 each. So 5 lakh rupees is the total capital. The face value is 10 rupees. So 50,000 shares are there. Has a called up capital of 7 rupees per share and duly paid. So out of 10 rupees, 7 rupees already paid. So 3 rupees unpaid. Final call amount 3 rupees. So 3 rupees on 50,000 shares. Right? 1,50,000. Now, the company has resolved that a bonus of 1,50,000 will be declared out of the reserves and surplus in the form of final call. Along with this, the company has further decided to utilize the reserves and surplus to issue fully paid up bonus shares in the ratio of 1 equity share for every 5 shares held. For every 5 shares held, 1 bonus share. So totally 50,000 shares we have. So 50,000 divided by 5, you will get 10,000. The company has decided to issue bonus shares 10,000 bonus shares of rupees 10 each so 1 lakh rupees we require following balances appear under the reserves and surplus share premium account 2 lakh general reserve account 1,80,000 so we can make use general reserve for converting the partly paid into fully paid and we can make use the share premium account for declaring the fully paid bonus shares show journal entries in the books of the company. So in this problem, we are not required to prepare any balance sheet. Only journal entries are required. See here. Sixth problem. For every 5 shares held, 1 bonus share. So for 50,000 shares, how much? So it comes to 10,000 shares. The company issues 10,000 shares of 10 each. Amount required is 1 lakh. 10,000 into 10, 1 lakh rupees are required. This amount will be utilized from share premium account. The final call amount. तो शेयर प्रीमियम 1 लाख रुपीस भी रिक्वायर फॉर इश्यूइंग फुल्ली पेड बोनस शेयर्स और बोनस शेयर्स देने के लिए हम यूज करेंगे शेयर प्रीमियम अकाउंट एंड द फाइनल कॉल अमाउंट इज रिक्वायर्ड 50,000 shares into 3 rupees 1,50,000 and this amount will be used from general reserve already we have discussed तो पार्टली पेड से फुल्ली पेड में कन्वर्ट करने के लिए जनरल रिजर्व यूज करेंगे और फुल्ली पेड बोनस शेयर्स इश्यू करने के लिए शेयर प्रीमियम अकाउंट विल मेक यूज राइट journal entries. The first will withdraw the money from general reserve for converting partly paid into fully paid. So general reserve account at 1,50,000 to bonus to shareholders 1,50,000. Being the amount withdrawn for declaring bonus. Now share final call account at to share capital 1,50,000. Being the final call amount due on 50,000 shares at rupees 3 each. being the final amount due, final call amount due on 50,000 shares at rupees 3 each. That is the final call due. Now final call adjusted. Bonus to shareholders account to share final call. Bonus to shareholders account to share final call. Being the final call money adjusted from bonus. Final call amount adjusted from bonus. Next, share premium account to bonus to shareholders. This is the amount withdrawn from share premium account for declaring free bonus shares. How much? 1 lakh rupees we require. Next, bonus to shareholders account to share capital 1 lakh. ये bonus to shareholders credit करें या debit कर दिए, close हो गया, to share capital. Narration being 10,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each issued as fully paid bonus shares. Being 10,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each issued as fully paid bonus shares. That's all. This is all about problem number 6. Now we'll come to problem number 7. See carefully. X Limited has resolved to utilize 3 lakh rupees out of general reserve balance to declare a bonus to the shareholders by paying a final call of 3 rupees per share on 1 lakh shares of rupees 10 each. तो कंपनी डिसाइड कर लिया कि जनरल रिजर्व में से 3 लाख रुपीस निकालेंगे. कई के लिए निकालेंगे? टू कन्वर्ट द पार्टली पेड शेयर्स इनटू फुल्ली पेड. 3 rupees per share is due on 1 lakh shares. So 1 lakh shares into 3 rupees, 3 lakh rupees we require. Along with this, the company further decided to utilize the balance of share premium account to issue fully paid bonus shares in the ratio of 1 equity share for every 5 shares held. हर 5 शेयर के ऊपर एक बोनस शेयर देने का प्रपोजल है. तो every 5 shares. तो how many shares at present we are having? 1 lakh equity shares. So 1 lakh divided by 5, you will get 20,000. So company will issue 20,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each. Then show the journal entries in the books of X Limited. Again, in this problem we are required to pass only journal entries, no balance sheet. 7th problem we can see. For every 5 shares held, 1 bonus share is decided. For 1 lakh shares, how many? So 1 lakh divided by 5, 20,000 shares. The company issues 20,000 shares of 10 each as fully paid bonus shares. Amount required is 20,000 into 10 is 2 lakh rupees. This amount will be used from share premium account. Then amount required for converting partly paid shares into fully paid, 1 lakh into 3 rupees, 3 lakh. This amount will be used from general reserve to entry. First entry, general reserve account to bonus to shareholders, being the amount withdrawn from general reserve for declaring bonus. Share final call account to share capital, being the final call money due on 1 lakh shares at rupees 3 each. Bonus to shareholders account to share final call, being the final call money adjusted from bonus. Then share premium account to bonus to shareholders, amount withdrawn from share premium for declaring bonus shares. Then bonus to shareholders account to share capital, being 20,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each issued as fully paid bonus shares. That's it. Now we'll come to the 8th problem. Problem number 8. See the problem number 8. The following are the extracts on the balance sheet of A Limited as on 31st March 2004. Authorized capital 10,000 shares of rupees 10 each, 1 lakh. Then issued and subscribed capital 5,000 equity share of 10 each, fully paid 50,000. Reserve fund 35,000, P&L account 10,000. तो ये problem converting partly paid into fully paid नहीं है. Already the shares are fully paid up. Now the proposal is to give completely bonus shares. Fully paid bonus shares the company wants to issue. A resolution was passed to issue 1,000 bonus shares of 10 each by providing 5,000 rupees out of P&L account and the balance out of reserve fund. देखिए अब 1,000 bonus shares of rupees 10 each, तो 1,000 into 10, 10,000. 10,000 rupees we require for declaring bonus. अब वो 10,000 कैसा निकालेंगे, कैसा यूज करेंगे वो भी दे दिया है. By providing 5,000 out of P&L account. तो प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस अकाउंट में पहले से 10,000 रुपीज है, उसमें से 5,000 रुपये निकाल देंगे. And the balance and the balance out of reserve fund. Balance का मतलब और 5,000 रुपए चाहिए. That 5,000 will withdraw from reserve fund. Set out journal entries to give effect to the above resolution and show how they would affect the balance sheet. So journal entries and balance sheet. Only two journal entries will come for issuing free bonus shares, fully paid free bonus shares. Now journal entry. The first one, P&L account data, profit and loss account data 5,000, reserve fund account data 5,000. To bonus to shareholders. And a 5,000 rupees we have withdrawn from P&L account and the 5,000 rupees we have withdrawn from reserve fund. So totally 10,000 to bonus to shareholders, being the amount withdrawn from reserves for declaring bonus. Then bonus to shareholders account data to share capital 10,000, being 1,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each issued as fully paid bonus shares. That's all. Now we have to show the balance sheet. Only limited information we have in this problem. So what we have is equity and liabilities, shareholders fund, equity share capital number 1, first note, then reserves and surplus, second note. 60,000, 35,000, total 95,000. And sundry assets. Problem में assets के बारे में नहीं दिया. And mean the total of liabilities will be equal to total of assets. So we have taken as sundry assets. Now we have to show the note. Notes forming part of financial statements. So we'll write down notes. First note, share capital. Under share capital, authorized capital is given in the problem. It is only an information, authorized capital. 10,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each is equal to rupees 1 lakh. This is the authorized capital. Issued, subscribed, called and paid up. Issued, subscribed, called and paid up. 6,000 shares of rupees 10 each, fully called and paid up, is equal to 60,000. Here, now of the above, 1,000 shares are issued as fully called and paid up. Fully called and 1,000 shares are issued as fully paid bonus shares. Fully paid bonus shares. Now we'll come to second note, reserves and surplus. Under reserves and surplus, पहले से दिया था reserve fund. In the problem, it is given reserve fund balance as 35,000. Out of 35,000, we have used to 5,000. The remaining balance is 30,000. Second one is P&L account, profit and loss account. The old balance was 10,000. We have utilized 5,000. So remaining balance is 5,000. Total reserves and surplus is 35,000. Now you can see in the balance sheet, we have taken share capital 60,000. This is the 60,000. And reserves and surplus 35,000. This is the breakup of reserves 35,000. I already told you earlier that presentation is very, very important in examination. If you roughly, prepare the balance sheet without giving all these details, you will not score the marks. For scoring the marks, we have to go the procedure given by the Companies Act. Come on students, now we'll start problem number 9. The balance sheet of A Limited as of 31st March 2004 is as follows. The complete balance sheet is given. Equity and liabilities, shareholders fund, share capital 6 lakh, reserves and surplus 11 lakh. The details are given in notes. Current liabilities, non-current liabilities, we don't have. Total 17 lakh. Non-current assets, fixed assets, tangible assets 10 lakh, current assets 7 lakh, total 17 lakh. Now notes to accounts. Share capital. Authorized share capital is 1,50,000 equity share of 10 each, 15 lakh. But issued, subscribed and called up, paid up capital 80,000 equity share of 10 each, 7.5 paid up, 6 lakh. So company's issued capital 80,000 shares, but it is not fully paid up. Only 7.5 paid up. So unpaid amount is 2.5. So 80,000 into 2.5, 2 lakh rupees. The 2 lakh rupees are required for converting the partly paid shares into fully paid shares. Then only the company can issue bonus shares. Reserves and surplus. What is that? That is not general. Capital redemption reserve. Capital redemption reserve 1,50,000. Plant revaluation reserve, security premium, development rebate reserve, investment allowance reserve, general reserve. So many reserves are there, totally 11 lakh rupees. This is shown in the balance sheet. The company wanted to issue bonus shares to its shareholders at the rate of 1 share for every 2 shares held. Presently issued capital is 80,000 shares. 80,000 equity shares are issued capital. Proposal ये है, for every 2 shares held, 1 bonus share will be issued. So for 80,000 shares, half of 80,000, 40,000 bonus shares the company wants to issue. Each share 10 rupees. So 40,000 into 10, 4 lakh rupees are required for issuing bonus shares. Now, necessary resolutions were passed, requisite legal requirements were complied with. You are required to give effect to the proposal by passing journal entry in the books of A Limited and show the amended balance sheet, new balance sheet. So first of all, we should remember that without converting the partly paid into fully paid shares, the company cannot issue fully paid bonus shares. तो bonus shares issue करने से पहले problem में दो या ना दो, we have to convert it into fully paid up shares, right? So what are the working notes? First of all, amount required for converting partly paid shares into fully paid. 80,000 shares presently the company is having. An unpaid amount on each share is 2 rupee 50 paisa. So 2 lakh rupees we require. This amount will be utilized from general reserve. General reserve से use कर लेंगे 2 lakh rupees for converting partly paid into fully paid. Then for every 2 shares held, 1 bonus share will be issued. For 80,000 shares held, how much? So 80,000 divided by 2 into 1 is 40,000 shares. The company will issue 40,000 shares. Company issues 40,000 shares of 10 each. Amount required is 4 lakh. Now it is not given in the problem how to, from which reserves we have to withdraw the money. So we have to apply our information given in Companies Act. That first of all we should use capital redemption reserve, security premium account. These two reserves, capital redemption reserve and security premium account, must first be used for issuing bonus shares. So this amount will be utilized in the form of capital redemption reserve 1,50,000, security premium account 1,50,000, and remaining 1 lakh rupees we will withdraw from general reserve. So totally 4 lakh rupees we are going to withdraw for declaring bonus shares. Working notes are over. Now we'll start the journal entries. The first journal entry, general reserve account data to bonus to shareholders 2 lakh rupees. This 2 lakh rupees we require for converting partly paid into fully paid, being the amount withdrawn from general reserve for declaring bonus. Second, share final call account data to share capital. Final call money due, being the final call money due on 80,000 shares at rupee 2.50 each. This is the narration. Being final call due on 80,000 shares at rupee 2.50 each. Then bonus to shareholders account data to share final call account, being the final call money adjusted from bonus. Next, capital redemption reserve account data 1,50,000, security premium account data 1,50,000, general reserve account data 1 lakh to bonus to shareholders 4 lakh, being the amount withdrawn from reserves for declaring bonus. Last one, bonus to shareholders account data to share capital 4 lakh rupees, being 40,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each issued as fully paid bonus shares. These are the entries. Now balance sheet. Already balance sheet is given in the problem, but we have to amend it. We have to change it. So normally the changes will be only in the case of share capital and reserves. No changes in other liabilities, no changes in assets. So equity and liabilities, shareholders fund, share capital, reserves and surplus, first note, second note, 12 lakh, 5 lakh we are going to get in notes. Then non-current liability we don't have. Total 17 lakh. Non-current assets, fixed assets, tangible assets 10 lakh, current assets 7 lakh. Total 17 lakh. This is the balance sheet. Now we have to show the notes forming part of financial statements. Share capital. It is given in the problem authorized share capital 1,50,000 shares of 10 each, 15 lakh. This is just an information. Issued, subscribed, called and paid up 1,20,000 shares of 10 each, fully called and paid up 12 lakh. अब ये बताना है कि 1,20,000 शेयर्स में कितने बोनस शेयर्स इश्यू करें. बोनस से पहले प्रॉब्लम में बैलेंस शीट में दे दिया 80,000 शेयर्स. तो बिफोर इश्यूइंग द बोनस 80,000 शेयर्स आर देयर एंड बोनस शेयर्स आर इश्यूड 40,000. तो 80 plus 40, 1,20,000 issued capital is there. Of the above 40,000 shares are issued as fully paid bonus shares. So over. First working note regarding capital over. Now reserves and surplus. Now we'll take the other reserves which are not used here. So plant revaluation reserve as it is. Reserve से पहले bonus issue से पहले जो reserve था same reserve. Development rebate reserve same. Investment allowance reserve same. General reserve पहले जो था वो utilize कर लिए. That's why nil. Capital redemption reserve जो पहले था अब fully utilize कर लिए, अब नहीं है. Security premium account पहले था अब नहीं है. That's why we are not taken. Now 5 lakh rupees is the total of reserves and surplus we have taken here. That's it. This is the complete solution of problem number 9. Come on students, now we'll start the last and final problem on this bonus shares. Mahalakshmi Company Limited's share capital consists of 80,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each, fully paid, and 40,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each, 8 rupees per share paid up. So they have two classes of equity shares. First class of equity shares 80,000 shares fully paid up, and second class of equity shares 40,000 equity shares which is partly paid up, 8 rupees paid up, 2 rupees unpaid. Final call 2 rupees. दोनों भी equity shares है. First class fully paid है, second class partly paid. It has capital reserve of 50,000, security premium account of 60,000, capital redemption reserve 1,20,000, general reserve 1 lakh. So many reserves the company is having. The company decided to convert partly paid shares into fully paid up shares. First of all, the 40,000 shares are there on which each share 2 rupees is the unpaid amount. So 80,000 rupees we require for converting partly paid into fully paid. And the holders of fully paid up shares are also allotted fully paid up bonus shares in the same ratio. अब partly paid up वालों को फायदा हो गया. That means 2 rupees जो देना है वो देने की जरूरत नहीं है. Partly paid को fully paid में convert करें. They are getting the benefit of 80,000 rupees. 80,000 rupees benefit the second class of shareholders are getting. Now it is saying that same amount of benefit should be given to the fully paid up. यानी first class shareholders को भी वैसा ही देना. तो कैसा बेनिफिट देंगे? 80,000 rupees के शेयर्स देंगे. The face value of each share is 10 rupees. तो 80,000 divided by 10, 8,000 shares. तो 8,000 shares will be allotted to first class shareholders. और second class shareholders को fully paid bonus shares नहीं दे रहे हैं, converting the partly paid into fully paid. So we are required to pass the journal entries to record these transactions. Now first of all, amount required for converting partly paid shares into fully paid. 40,000 shares into 2 rupees, 80,000. This amount will be utilized from general reserve. General reserve को use करेंगे 80,000 rupees निकाल के convert कर लिए. The holders of fully paid up shares will be allotted the same amount of free bonus shares. That is rupees 80,000. यानी 80,000 रुपए के shares issue करना है first class के shareholders को. तो hence 8,000 equity shares should be issued. This will be utilized from. तो अब ये क्वेश्चन है कि वो 80,000 rupees के free shares जो issue करेंगे कौन से reserves में से issue करेंगे. First of all, we'll make use security premium account 60,000, capital redemption reserve account 20,000. The previous problems we have already discussed that these two accounts will be used only for giving fully paid free shares, not for converting partly paid into fully paid. Security premium account and capital redemption reserve account. These accounts, these reserves will be used only for issuing fully paid bonus shares. Now we'll write the entries. First entry, general reserve account data to bonus to shareholders 80,000. This 80,000 we are withdrawing for converting partly paid into fully paid. being the amount withdrawn for converting partly paid into fully paid. Then share final call account data to share capital, being the final call due on 40,000 shares at rupees 2 per share. At rupees 2 per share, 80,000. Bonus to shareholders account data to share final call, being the final call money adjusted from bonus. Then security premium account data 60,000, capital redemption reserve account data 20,000 to bonus to shareholders 80,000, being the amount withdrawn from reserves for declaring bonus. Last one, bonus to shareholders account data to share capital 80,000, being 8,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each issued as fully paid bonus shares. That's all. So we have completed all the problems. First, we have discussed the meaning of the term bonus shares. In the first session, we have discussed the meaning of the term bonus shares. What are the guidelines issued by SEBI when a company wants to issue bonus shares? We have discussed. Then we have discussed what are the reserves that can be utilized for declaring bonus. Last, we have discussed about the accounting treatment on issue of bonus shares. What are the journal entries? The bonus can be given in the form of converting partly paid into fully paid or fully paid bonus shares. So we have concluded. Okay, next session we'll start the next topic, that is final accounts of companies.